Welcome to CondoLogie.
The magic will begin to happen in earnest. Now, I will draw your attention to the application bookmark, which is located here on the left in the gray area, in the background. If we do a little recap, on the budget side, we understand that when we work in the figures and we have to adjust all our items for our expenses and balance our budget, there is a good concentration of work that is required. But when we start to use the automation of CondoLogie, we realize that it becomes more and more magical. So, if we take a quick overview, when we started our application, we completed the description of our condominium. So we put in detail everything that makes up the condominium as well. That common areas and common areas with restricted use. Then from that, we completed the items of the budget. That means that we took all our expenses. We chose items and arranged them inside their sheet so that the expense reflects the reality of our condominium. Some were redistributed expenses. Others were pure expenses for the syndicate, and there were also others that were items that were subject to future replacement because of their useful life. So that too was all taken into account in the items of the building. When the budget was completed, but at that time, we carried out a procedure to confirm the expenses in the budget. Once the expenses were confirmed, we took a quick look inside the description of the condominium. Remember? We did in a previous video for the calculation of common areas. In fact, the calculation of the cost of maintaining common areas and common areas with restricted use. So, once that's done, we head to our condominium register, and the condominium register is all the co-owners. They are here, and we see that the annual contribution, then the ACUR contribution, common area restricted use are empty. So at this point, if we enter here in the first one, as an example, this is a first way to do it. We click on the three little green dots, then on Edit. We're going to head here in the section of common areas for restricted use. So like in a previous video, I mentioned that we're going around these two little boxes here, but here, it says the time to check them. We will calculate the common areas for restricted use that the co-owner here in the form uses, and we will calculate his contribution, which is equal to his share of expenses and/or common charges. So we know that our budget is a little over $36,000, but that the annual contributions are only $28,864. Why? Because there are expenses that are redistributed, so there is money that will come from other affiliated syndicates. It will be in the next video. We will establish the dues of the affiliated syndicate. At that time, we have a contribution for the private unit, the total use of restricted common areas, the total annual contribution, monthly, by check. This is its method of payment. So we have a contribution of $397.11. It's that easy. Now, we are going to take a small step back. We are going to go to the condominium register. We are going to look at the other way of doing things. This one is more direct. If we are sure of our move, we can come here, we edit. We do calculations. Calculate the ACUR, we will say. Yes, we apply. Yes, the calculation is being done within all the co-owners. That's it. That's done. So we're going to do the research by calculate again. Well, calculate the contribution. Yes. Apply. So we do here again for the 9 and presto. Boom. Here the annual contributions are calculated. So, we have all the contributions from our co-owners. In a future video, we are going to make the union register, and then from that we are going to make another video which will allow us to send the annual contribution notices.